Dark Exile. So it came to be that there was a great revolution within the burning hells known as the Dark Exile. The lesser evils overthrew the three prime evils and banished their spirit forms to the mortal realm. The demon Belial, the Lord of Lies, and Asmodan, the Lord of Sin, fought to claim rulership of Hell during the absence of the three brothers. All of Hell polarized between the factions of Belial and Asmodan, while the forces of the high heavens continually battered upon the very gates of Hell. Great conflict. Take heed and bear witness to the truths that lie herein, for they are the last legacy of the Horadrim. There is a war that rages on even now, beyond the fields that we know, between the utopian kingdoms of the high heavens and the chaotic pits of the burning hells. This war is known as the Great Conflict, and it has raged and burned longer than any of the stars in the sky. Neither side ever gains sway for long, as the forces of light and darkness constantly vie for control over all creation. The Realms Beyond. All praise to Diablo, Lord of Terror and survivor of the Dark Exile. When he awakened from his long slumber, my Lord and Master spoke to me of secrets that few mortals know. He told me the kingdom of the high heavens and the pits of the burning hells engaged in an eternal war. He revealed the powers that have brought this discord to the realms of man. My Lord and Master has named the battle for this world and all who exist here the Sin War, the Book of Blood. And so locked beyond the gateway of blood and past the hall of fires, valor awaits for the hero of light to awaken. Mythical Book. Beyond the hall of heroes lies the chamber of bone. Eternal death awaits any who would seek to steal the treasures secure within this room. So speaks the Lord of Terror, and so it is written. Book of the Blind. I can see what you see not, vision milky, then eyes rot. When you turn they will be gone, whispering their hidden song. Then you see what cannot be, shadows move where light should be. Out of darkness, out of mind, cast down into the halls of the blind. Sin War. Many demons traveled to the mortal realms in search of the three brothers. These demons were followed to the mortal plane by angels who hunted them throughout the vast cities of the east. The angels allied themselves to a secretive order of mortal magi named the Horadrim, who quickly became adept at hunting demons. They also made many dark enemies in the underworlds. Tale of Three. Glory and approbation to Diablo, Lord of Terror and leader of the three. My Lord spoke to me of his two brothers, Mephisto and Baal, who were banished to this world long ago. My Lord wishes to bide his time and harness his awesome power so that he may free his captive brothers from their tombs beneath the sands of the east. Once my Lord releases his brothers, the Sin War will once again know the fury of the three. Wages of sin are war. Take heed and bear witness to the truths that lie herein, for they are the last legacy of the Horadrim. When the eternal conflict between the high heavens and the burning hells falls upon mortal soil, it is called the Sin War. Angels and demons walk amongst humanity in the skies, fighting in secret, away from the prying eyes of mortals. Some daring, powerful mortals have even allied themselves with either side and helped to dictate the course of the Sin War. Binding of the Three. So it came to be the three prime evils were banished in spirit form to the mortal realm, and after sowing chaos across the east for decades, they were hunted down by the cursed order of the mortal Horadrim. The Horadrim used artifacts called Soul Stones to contain the essence of Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, and his brother, the Lord of Destruction. The youngest brother, Diablo, the Lord of Terror, escaped to the west. Eventually, the Horadrim captured Diablo within a Soul Stone as well and buried him under an ancient forgotten cathedral. There the Lord of Terror sleeps and awaits the time of his rebirth. Know ye that he will seek a body of youth and power to possess, one that is innocent and easily controlled. He will then arise to free his brothers and once more fan the flames of the Sin War. Tale of the Horadrim. Take heed and bear witness the truths that lie herein, for they are the last legacy of the Horadrim. Nearly 300 years ago, it came to be known that the three prime evils of the burning hells had mysteriously come to our world. The three brothers ravished the lands of the east for decades, while humanity was left trembling in their wake. Our order, the Horadrim, was founded by a group of secretive magi to hunt down and capture the three evils once and for all. The original Horadrim captured two of the three within powerful artifacts known as soul stones and buried them deep beneath the desolate western sands. The third evil escaped capture and fled to the west with many of the Horadrim in pursuit. The third evil, known as Diablo, the Lord of Terror, was eventually captured, his essence set in a soul stone and buried within the labyrinth. Be warned that the soul stone must be kept from discovery by those not of the faith. If Diablo were to be released, he would seek a body that is easily controlled, as he would be very weak, perhaps that of an old man or a child. The Black King. Hail and sacrifice to Diablo, Lord of Terror and Destroyer of Souls. When I awoke my master from his sleep, he attempted to possess a mortal's form. Diablo attempted to claim the body of King Leoric, but my master was too weak from his imprisonment. My lord required a simple and innocent anchor to this world, and so found the boy Albrecht perfect for the task. While the good King Leoric was left maddened by Diablo's unsuccessful possession, I kidnapped his son Albrecht and brought him before my master. I now await Diablo's call and pray that I will be rewarded when he at last emerges as the lord of this world. Steel Tome. The armories of hell are home to the warlord of blood. In his wake lay the mutilated bodies of thousands. Angels and men alike have been cut down to fulfill his endless sacrifices to the Dark Ones, who scream for one thing: blood. Journal. The Meeting. I have tried spells, threats, abjuration, and bargaining with this foul creature, to no avail. My methods of enslaving lesser demons seem to have no effect on this fearsome beast. Journal. The Tirade. My home is slowly becoming corrupted by the vileness of this unwanted prisoner. The crypts are full of shadows that move just beyond the corners of my vision. The faint scramble of claw dances at the edges of my hearing. They are searching, I think, for this journal. Journal. The End. My time is quickly running out. I must record the ways to weaken the demon and then conceal that text, lest his minions find some way to use my knowledge to free their lord. I hope that whoever finds this journal will seek the knowledge. And since we are here doing Diablo tomes, let's do the ones from Diablo II, which are limited. And let's start with the Moldy Tome. And so it came to pass that the Countess, who once bathed in the rejuvenating blood of 100 virgins, was buried alive, and her castle, in which so many cruel deeds took place, fell rapidly into ruin. Rising above the buried dungeons is that god-forsaken wilderness. A solitary tower, like some monument to evil, is all that remains. The Countess's fortune was believed to be divided among the clergy, although some say that more remains unfound, still buried alongside the rotting skulls that bear mute witness to the inhumanity of the human creature. Horazon's Journal. Seekers of the tomb of Tal Rasha will find it through the portal, but know that the glowing glyphs recorded here in my arcane sanctuary are signs of the 6 false tombs. The missing 7th sign marks the tomb of Tal Rasha. Of the Horadrim, he might be called the foremost. It was a shining but brief moment for the mage clans when they set aside their differences and worked together against the common enemy. The Horadrim restlessly pursued the 3 across the desolate empires of the east and even in some uncharted lands of the west, leaving the Archangel Tyrion's hands unblemished. Presuming the 3 to be vanquished, the Horadrim's unstable fellowship began to dissipate. abandoning their sacred charge to safeguard the 3 soul stones. The disparate mage clans began to squabble amongst each other over petty differences. Their conflicts not only dissolved their brotherhood, but strengthened the evils which they had buried beneath the cold earth. If you reached this far, please remember to like, comment and subscribe because it helps the channel grow. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this and I'll see you in the next one. Arrivederci!